Good evening, friends. Thank you for joining me every evening to follow what's happening in India and abroad. And thank you for sending me your useful comments and suggestions. If you believe in this channel, do share it with your friends and spread the message. Our only mission is to bring you the truth and both sides of the story. Thank you for your support. Now, you'll see the breaking news is that Paramveer Singh finally has been summoned by the ED on this corruption, money laundering, and Vasuli, as you say. So that's one very good news for us viewers, because as we grow closer to Paramveer Singh, you know what it is going to open. It's a Pandora's box. Everything will come out the moment this man is cornered. Every politician will be exposed completely. So I'm just waiting for that moment when all this happens. And together with that, the change of ministers, all very bright, young, educated ministers, is another very welcome thing that the Prime Minister has brought into his ministry. And he's also chucked out some very useless ministers who did absolutely nothing except, speak, things that were not very useful for us. So today we have Sanjat Patnaik back with us to share his thoughts and what he has researched on the satanic cult and the latest, canon that he's going to expose. And being Sanjat, he is not the type who will just give you one viewpoint. He will look at it from all sides and tell you, whether he also believes in it or not. So that makes it really interesting for us viewers. Welcome, Sanjat.
Thank you so much, Meena ma'am. Thank you so much. Good evening, and good evening to the viewers also. I can see the viewers actually growing, and the old our family of viewers have already stayed back.
Yes.
And I thank them for their support, comments, and welcome to the new viewers also. I would request them to hang on to this channel, because me and Meena ma'am actually discuss a lot about what to
Yes.
broadcast. Apart from
Yeah.
daily news updates and hot topics, we pick
Yeah.
up topics which are offline, and usually people don't talk about it. So we take
Yeah.
pleasure in sharing those knowledge. Yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. So, Sanjat, what I'll do is I'll just give a brief, this thing about the satanic cult and what they consist of, and then we can take over. You can take over from there, and then we can, in between, if I have some points that I'd like to share, we can talk about that as well.
Great, great, ma'am. Please.
Yeah. Okay. So, friends, what today, we were planning to discuss about the satanic cult and their effects and about canon. Many of you may not be aware of the satanic cult, which involves secret practices of satanic worship, which goes very deep. What they use is they use unlimited drugs and narcotics, deviant sexual behavior, along with a lot of other things. So, what is satanic worship? The Church of Satan worshippers, they worship Satan, most clearly symbolized in the Roman god Lucifer, the bearer of light, the spirit of air, and the personification of enlightenment. Satan is not visualized as an anthropomorphic being, rather, he represents the forces of nature. To the Satanist, the self is the highest embodiment of human life and is sacred. The Church of Satan is essentially a human potential movement, and members are encouraged to develop whatever capabilities they can by which they might excel. They are, however, cautioned to recognize their limitations, an important factor in this philosophy of rational self-interest. Satanists practice magic, the art of changing situations or events in accordance with one's will, which would, using normal accepted methods, be impossible. When a person or a child is subjected to the indignities of the acts of degenerates, he or she will never forget the terrible ordeal they have suffered. In all cases of the type, the person or child is harmed physically, and in many cases, the victim's mind is affected. Attacks of degenerates upon children often result in that child becoming a degenerate. And all sex crimes are the result of this degeneracy in some form or another. All types of sex offenders are potential threats to the happy and peaceful existence of children. Many sex offenders commit their crimes exclusively upon children and babies of tender age. Science states that it is a sad fact of human life. When certain individuals reach a stage of sexual inability, they turn to their own sex or to children for sexual gratification. So here, Sanjat, before you start, I'd just like to give a small, incident, where I came in touch with a victim of satanic satanic.
Please, it would be very, very
rites.
interesting.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. See, when I was, a journalist working in Bangalore, I used to do a lot of investigative stories. And I was at that time, interviewing people on schizophrenia and multiple personalities, And then what happened was I was referred to a reverend who was looking after children with, mental problems. So it could be any mental problem. So he used to house them in a German preacher who used to house them in a big house I think in Koramangala. And what he did was he would treat them all until they became okay. Now, when I went there to interview the reverend, what the reverend did was he left me in a room with a lot of these children. And you could see that these children were, many were behaving in a very odd manner.
Right.
And finally, he introduced me to a woman from Australia. So I will not name her, okay? But she was a young girl of about in her 20s, very lean looking and with very blue eyes, light blue eyes, just like the color of the sea. And first when he introduced me to her, she looked at me very suspiciously. And then she told me that, let us talk, in the garage, you see. So she took me to the garage and we sat there and we started talking. So in the garage, there was an accountant, for the reverend, who was also working. Then she looked at him and she told me that I don't trust him, So I just looked at him, wondering what about, what's there about this man that was, making her upset. And I found that he had an extra finger, on his thumb. So I don't know what it was. Anyway, she didn't feel comfortable with this man. So she started talking about herself. And you will be amazed, Sanjat and viewers, that she had around 18 personalities.
18 split personalities.
18 personalities. She was not a schizophrenic, which is double personality. She was a multiple. And so all these personalities, one was a pair of twins, a boy and a girl, who would have been in the age of 18. One was her mother, okay, and then another was a old person, and then there were different characters. So many characters in that, and apparently the reverend had succeeded in fixing some of them. So it had come down to around 9 personalities. You see,
right,
so the others
right.
had all merged into her. Now, something about this girl made me also rather wary, because I was also not sure about it. So what I did was, after a brief meeting, I went and met her psychologist, and the psychologist told me that you're very lucky, because she changes character very fast. Okay, so if she doesn't like you, she can become the mother. Okay, when she becomes the mother, she can pick up a heavy table and throw it at you. Okay,
yes,
that means she's trying to protect her children. Okay, and if she is the twins, which is a boy and a girl, if she's the boy, she will just take a motorcycle, go to the corner shop and have a cigarette, whistle at the women, and then come back. So each one had their characteristics. So coming to the point that we are discussing today, I was told that when she was a baby in Australia, her neighbor used to practice satanic cult, so satanic rites. So what happened was, she was a baby, and apparently the father was also a part of it. So this baby was taken to the neighbor's house, and there these practices were done. And what happened was, they sexually abused her in a very cruel manner, inserting things into her like glass and a lot of things. And what happened was, she would actually move out of her body, so she would have an out of body experience where she could see all this happening to her. And that's how she started, splitting into so many personalities, and one of the reasons why she becomes the mother is to protect this very baby that was being abused, and this reverend was actually, he had merged most of the personalities, and now there were still 9 more that had to still, become one. So why I'm coming to this is, this was actually a proof of what the satanic cult could do to an innocent baby who wasn't even aware of what life was all about. and look at the after effects of what this crime did to this woman.
Right, ma'am.
You know, yeah.
Yeah,
Please,
very,
yeah.
yeah, very intriguing and very actually horrific
Yes.
for the experience that she would be going
because
through.
she lost trust in everybody, Sanjay. Even when
Yeah.
she was looking at me, she did not trust me or anybody. You know, later
Naturally.
it's only after 2 or 3 visits that she started liking me. You know, so
Right.
it took some time. You see.
Right. So when she was meeting you, so did you see multiple personalities or it was single personality or anything
No.
else, ma'am?
See, when she's comfortable with you, she is just herself.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
But
right.
you know, when she was in the garage, and when this man was there, the accountant was there, I could see there was some change coming about her. You know, so
Right.
I also felt a little nervous about what was happening to her. So I told her, "You're not comfortable here. Let us go somewhere else." You know, so I had to
Right.
physically, take her away from that garage to another place.
See, incidentally, this incident, because we are talking about satanic, I have heard about stories in villages where
Yeah.
those were first-hand accounts where
Yes.
people would be considered as being possessed and basically talking about some in some other voice or tone, and actually they acquiring enormous strength, which usually a person of that physique
would not
could
have.
do.
Yeah.
So although I have not seen it, but I have heard it firsthand. The people who have seen it have told me. So somewhere I think there might be a connection, although scientifically it is not proven, but there might be a connection.
It is very, very, see, what happens is they study the characteristics of others and they become them, So it could be for various reasons, for protection, or, many things to survive. So that's what I found, So.
No, ma'am, there are 2 points. One is psychological or physiological or whatever happens through torture. The other angle which I'm talking about, which I am open to, because I don't know, that there might be some other entity or power or something which also might be responsible for these things. That's what I'm pointing at. So that is where my mind is open actually, although I cannot prove it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. To start off with, great, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am, for this experience. Actually, I really wish that girl is saved now and is with peace and she is healthy.
Yeah, she was in good hands. The Reverend was very good.
Great. To start off with, all the regular viewers, thank you so much. Those who know me, they know I also watch Meenaji's channel regularly, very regularly. And to be very frank, as I told Meena ma'am so many times, I seriously don't watch TV. I seriously don't watch TV. And that might be one of the reasons why I can do so much of research into so many things, because I don't spend my time on this TV. And number two, the viewers who are active on chat box, see what happens is sometimes we are not able to, although we see your remarks, we are not able to put it across the broadcasting. So don't think that we are not seeing it. We are seeing it. Some people we wish, some people we are not able to wish, because in this hurry we miss, because there are hundreds and hundreds of messages. So please don't mind. Please hang on. We see all the messages. Now to start off with, today's session would be very, very interesting. It would be there would be many videos and literally revealing photographs. And I don't think many of those photographs people would have seen anywhere, which would be very, very explosive. And so hang on to the last. And Meena ma'am, to start off with, can we play one YouTube video?
Yes.
The first one.
Yeah, we can play.
Katy Perry.
Give me a little. Just give me a little time, Sanjay. I'm just doing it. Yeah.
The Katy Perry video. Till that time, let me keep the viewers, give some knowledge. See, I will ask. Yeah, it is coming. So, not this one, ma'am.
I believe that art of the future is art without objects. It's just pure transmission of energy between the viewer and artist. To me, mixed reality is this answer.
Sanjay, I should play the whole video or
the end of it, ma'am. This video actually will come back in the later of the session. Actually, the first Katy Perry video, ma'am. That was scheduled to be played first. The Katy Perry video.
Not this one.
Not this one. This one.
Okay,
no, not this one. This one would come later.
Okay. So just give me a few minutes. You can discuss it.
Yeah, please. Yeah. Please. So viewers, see, there is that some things, many things which we assume and it is actually not there. So we have to keep our minds open. To exemplify that, I will give you one example. If today someone comes and asks that what is the source of oxygen, the oxygen that we breathe, what is the source, where does it come from, where do we get it from? Around 80% or 90% of the people would say without blinking their eyes that it comes from trees, from photosynthesis. And no, it is wrong. Trees actually contribute less than 50%, something around 20 to 30% of oxygen that we get. It is basically from the sea, from the zooplankton. So sea, marine life actually contributes to around 80, at least 60 to 80% of oxygen in our life, which usually people don't bother to know about, because we have been taught in schools, in TVs and everywhere that tree gives us oxygen. So there are many things which are true, but we might not be aware. So it just takes some effort to look and search for it, and we'll find it. So I would request all of you to keep an open mind. Although we would be talking, the Satan or devil is a religious topic, but as a disclaimer, I would not be taking it as a religious angle. I would talking it from a fact basis or a historical perspective. Great. Thank you so much, ma'am. The reason of showing this video is basically what it showed, to summarize, it showed it would be entertainment, or a regular viewer who watches this thinks that it would be entertainment, some kind of free artistic expression. Essentially, to the brass tacks, what they were showing was a person being cooked and basically cut and later naturally presumably eaten. See, this theme of being a person getting cooked and cut and being eaten is not something which is out of fantasy. As we're talking about the satanic cults and everything, we would show the viewers some other pictures where actually they are practicing this not in a music video, but in a serious environment where they have a dinner party. And we would be with the pictures which shows George Soros, his son, some other famous personalities, and we would be talking and the pictures in those parties where they have done, and it might seem very graphic to the viewers, but hold on to it. If you want to know the truth, then I think you should view it. So we would come to that chapter. So many videos and photographs are in line. Now to start off with, we are talking about Satan slash Lucifer slash devil. Now these are interchangeably used nowadays, but basically technically these are three different terms. And I would take you to the background how it all started. Before this devil, Satan or anything was given a negative connotation that is given today. And as you said, rightly said in the intro, ma'am, it is not only amorphous being, that is a being with a form. It is considered as some virtues also. As you said, some virtues or vices is associated with it, with Lucifer. To talk about this, we have to go to 6th century BC. That is before Christ was born. So even before Bible was born, this words Satan was used. But at that point of time, it was not used as a antichrist, because there was no Christ at that point of time. Because 600 years before Jesus Christ, there cannot be a Christianity. If there is no Christianity, there cannot be an anti-Christian or a Satan or a devil. So it started from the Jews. In 6th century, what happened was, the Babylonians attacked the Jews, and the Jew kings were exiled from their homeland and went to Persia. And in Persia at that point of time, it was not Islamic, it was pre-Islamic naturally, because 6th century BC. So it was ruled by Zoroastrians, basically the Parsis that we have in India these days. So it was ruled by Zoroastrians. And when they went into the Zoroastrian kingdom, Zoroastrian mythology itself had that concept of someone being a devil, and that devil being associated with bad things such as lust, anger, greed, whatever is considered to be sin or bad these days. So he was the opposing villain of the god which Zoroastrians had. So this concept was there. Prior to that, there were no mention of any devilish figure in Hebrew text. In Hebrew text, they found Dead Sea Scrolls. If people know, they can search about Dead Sea Scrolls. That is one of the oldest Hebrew texts which was found later. In those things, Satan is mentioned. But amazingly, that Satan is not mentioned as something who is a criminal. That Satan is basically mentioned as a opposer, or the one who actually accuser. So there was I think there's a Hebrew story which goes that there was a court kind of a setup where they were deciding on something being good or bad, and a person was referred to as Satan, as he was asking the God about why did he do these things. So that is the genesis of this word of Satan as an accuser in first. Later on, when Bible came, Christianity came, because Christianity and Islam were based on this Judaism a lot. They were heavily themed on these things. Apart from that, the pagan rituals or Zoroastrian rituals also made a huge impact in this religion. So this Zoroastrian concept is partly responsible for this thing getting into it as per historians. So Satan get into Hebrew. From there, it went into Christianity also. Now in Christianity, it was there. It was not mentioned everywhere, but it was there as a theme. But this Satan or devil is Diablo, this Satan or devil actually caught people's imagination from around 12th to 13th century. Why it happened? Because on 12th to 13th century, the kings and the power was controlled by the church. Now, to control power and money, there had to be something bad associated with someone to punish them or banish them, which we have seen in later Templar Knights or Knights Templar. So this Knights Templar, Illuminati is basically illumination. Then Lucifer. In Lucifer, actually, the root is light, and light is Lucifer, and Illuminati is from light. So there are certain dotted links. If people want to see, they can see a pattern being there. And Lucifer is actually a fallen angel, considered to be a fallen angel. Why it is associated with light? Because there is some phrase in Bible where they say the morning star or day star, you have fallen. You were such a good angel, you're a powerful angel, and you have fallen into disgrace. That is, he betrayed the God. And Lucifer or Satan or devil is considered to lead the demons from hell. And so 12th century, 13th century, church needed a villain so that they could actually kick people out or kill people. And during that period only, this burning of heretics, blasphemy rule, and everything was formed, and people were naturally, that was used as a power. And during those
Sanjay,
times, we did. Yes,
yeah.
yes, please.
Sanjay, what this person is asking is interesting. See, Anonymous is asking, but why they are giving a hint through movies or through song?
Yeah, I will come to that. This is Monica, right? Or Harsh?
Anonymous, yeah.
Anonymous. Also, you are Anonymous itself. Okay, Anonymous, good name there. So I will come to that. We'll talk about that. So I will spend another 2-3 minutes on the genesis, then how it came into picture. Then we will come to modern times also, why it is used and who are using that. Great. So these things continued, and they burned people. And if you remember, ma'am, when we were talking about Illuminati, there was a time when Pope actually, there were many Knights Templars who were killed because they believed in heresy or blasphemy or Baphomet, which was considered Antichrist. So this Baphomet picture, please hold on to this in your mind, viewers, because Illuminati and everything uses this Baphomet picture till this day also. So this Baphomet was considered to be Muhammad, and by Christians at that point of time, they alleged that they were worshipping Muhammad as a devil, and that's why they punished, they killed, and they fled from there. So this entire theme, Illuminati, light, Lucifer, Baphomet, worshipping someone who is Antichrist, and naturally, see, there is a a concept called as a Christian dualism. What is Christian dualism? Either you are a good man or you are a bad man. So a victim is considered to be a good person, and a person who enjoys life is usually associated with as a bad person.
Yeah,
That
there are
is why
no shades of gray.
there is no shade of gray and dualism. So either you are with God or you are against God or God. You cannot be a neutral person. So either you believe in the God completely, you submit to Him, or else you don't believe. If you are not believing, then you are just opposite.
Yeah.
That is why the theme of good and bad. So elites were always considered to be associated with evil because they were enjoying life, and because Jesus Christ suffered a lot, so anyone who suffers as a victim is always hailed as a good person, as a savior, as a messiah. And that is how that culture has built for last 1000 or 1500 years. It is not only me who is the analyzing it, but that is how their culture was built. And since Christians ruled or colonized the world to a large extent, and still now they have control over the narrative, the history, and everything. So that narrative, that bias is still there of this dualism, either good or bad, good or evil, Satan or devil. And somewhere I find why people go into satanic, why this Illuminati or anything came into, there was a logic. Because see, there is a force called as a church which held very huge powers over people. It was torturing many people who they considered enemy. So the enemies had to find a umbrella where they could come together. So if the priest who worships Jesus Christ is torturing 10 people, so this 10, out of this 10 people, 2 people will die and go away, 2 people will do not do anything, but 5 or 6 people would come together and say that we are against that person and we are against the person who is worshipping that. So we would worship something different to which they are hating. So we would form a group. And in my view, that is how this. Yes, please, ma'am.
Also,
Anything, ma'am?
yeah. Also, Sanjay, see, I'd just like to tell the viewers how people are recruited, okay, into this, into the satanic cult. See, most of these cults recruit members in their teens. When prospective members are young, they are impressionable and troubled. In the initial approach, potential recruits are often unaware that they are being recruited. They are solicited to attend discussion sessions on non-religious political subjects like weekend seminars or dinners. The goal of this technique is to get the recruit alone with other cult members so that psychological manipulation can begin. Not every recruit joins. At each step of the recruitment process, the worldly, sophisticated, streetwise independent recruits are separated. Only those who are idealistic, submissive, and emotional are asked to join. Interpersonal bonds are then established by other cult members, and conversion takes place not because of the appeal of its ideology, but because of the acceptance of the opinions of one's new friends. So that's one point I wanted to make. Yeah, Sajid.
Yes, ma'am. That is how it is done. Now, since history is gone, now we'll come to the present, what they're doing. As we saw in the video of this Katy Perry.
Yes,
So she was symbolizing something, that a person getting cooked and eaten. And not only this, there are, I can see some comments where they're mentioning blood and some other
Yes.
acts. So yes, that is a continuous theme. Even if we see, ma'am, there was a movie in movies of Stanley Kubrick. I really see his movies, so people can see and get some clues from those movies. This Eyes Wide Shut, which you have given example earlier
Nicole
also.
Kidman. Yes, yeah.
Nicole Kidman. So that was, I think, the last movie that he did before he died, and he was basically into this elite group, so he knew many things, and he showed many things which are considered that yes, those are the things which go on like that. Those symbolism, those practices in these kind of cults, these elites indulge in that, and basically, and more often than not, pedophilia and nude orgies and age and without age and sex discrimination. So those things is a continuous theme, not only in those Stanley Kubrick links, but wherever people do research in this evil cultist thing, these things come in. We'll talk about those examples also, and we'll talk about QAnon also, why QAnon came in. Now coming to present, QAnon. QAnon is basically an organization which is credited as floating some theories So those people who are aware of QAnon, it is very good. Those people who are not aware of QAnon, QAnon is basically an entity or a identity uh, which came in 4chan. 4chan is basically a social media platform in which people can access. And 4chan is very, very active for last some years, and to build a narrative or build some stories or innovative stories where people are basically right side of the aisle in politics. And in 2017, there was a Reddit message which said that his name went as QAnon. And why his name went as QAnon? Because he claimed that he had Q level of security into US government files. So he had a Q level. I don't know what, do you have the level or not? But as per that message, he said he got the highest level of security clearance as a Q level. And he's an insider of some intelligence agency in the USA government itself. And he told that Hillary Clinton was going to be arrested on a particular date. So that one message was the genesis of the entire QAnon theory. We'll come to that. Ma'am, if we can open
So
the
do you think,
Yeah.
here, just let me ask you a question, Sanjay. So is this something against Trump?
No, it is
his-
not against. Let us show the message. Once the people read
Yeah.
the message, I will give
Yes.
two sides of the analysis.
Okay.
One is for Trump, one is against Trump. It
Yeah,
might be
yeah.
both of the cases. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay. So you want me to now show you show the
Please, ma'am.
presentation?
The
Yes.
presentation, the first one.
Yeah,
The first slide. Yeah, as some viewer is saying, we'll come to symbols through eye movements, hand symbols, and tattoos. Also, we'll talk about that also.
I think we'll go to the first one.
Yeah, the first one, ma'am.
1 second. Origin, isn't it? The origin.
Yeah, origin.
Yeah. Can they see it?
No, it's not visible.
No, 1 second. They can't see it. Need to connect it.
Yeah, this is the message. This is the message. If people can see, they can go to web and search. Basically, this is the message which was in 2017, and it talked about some high intelligence know-how that Hillary Clinton is going to be arrested, and that is how this person actually this QAnon handle got famous. That is how QAnon came into place.
It's written Hillary Clinton will be arrested between 7:45 a.m. and 8:30 a.m. EST on Monday, the morning on October 30, 2017.
Yes, ma'am. And this was posted on October 26th, 28th, I think, 2017.
Yes.
So that was the genesis of QAnon. We may remove this, ma'am.
Yeah.
So this is a real
the
picture.
second
This is
one?
a real. No, we may remove this, ma'am. We'll come back to this,
Okay,
Maria.
okay.
When we are coming to symbolism and the practice, we'll come to that.
Yeah.
If viewers can see, we have too many pictures. They are loaded for after. So hang on. So talking about this QAnon now, what QAnon theories are? So let the viewers decide if they are pro-Trump or against Trump. I will give two logic why it can be pro-Trump, it can be against Trump also. So it is open for to be judged actually. So
just one question from I think it was Anuradha. Just 1 second. I'll just go up. Yeah. Anuradha is asking, can you throw some light on presence of cult Illuminati groups in India and how they function? How can we recognize them? Perhaps later, Sajid, you could discuss this as well.
Yeah, we'll come to that. From India also, we'll come to that. I have some
because I think people are more worried because most of them are in India.
People, the viewers who don't know, yes, Illuminati or Freemasons are in India, and Freemasons are in any case openly accepted. Times of India articles are there, and talking about Illuminati, the symbols, that is the single one-eye symbol which we find in Hollywood or other places. Yes, I have shared one article with Meena ma'am or one picture where I told a big person actually showing that symbol very purposefully. It was not accident. So we'll come to that topic. So we are talking about QAnon now. So what are the QAnon theories? So QAnon theories basically are 2 or 3 lines. What is that? QAnon believes that there is an elite group of cabal which controls money and which are into sexual abuse, pedophilia, and heavily into pedophilia, and they worship Satan, and that is why they are satanic. So, and Trump is looked at kind of a messiah who would come and save them. Remember, this was back in 2017 when Trump was in power. So it was considered that Trump is the person who is actually fighting them, because if you remember, during Trump period only, this Weinstein, which who was basically arrested for sexual offenses. Then Epstein also got arrested. Later on, Ghislaine Maxwell also got arrested for this Epstein scandal. And there was a rumor, the Senate hearing on a Pizzagate scandal, which later they told that it was a hoax. But Pizzagate was basically about pedophilia, because people were ordering pizza. The code word was pizza, but it basically they were ordering girls or boys of young age. So that is how this entire thing took off, that Trump is the one who is fighting them, getting them arrested. And Trump is the messiah who is basically fighting against Satan. This Satan elite cabal who is controlling finance and politics and too much of power, who are indulged into all this pedophilia and all these symbolic activities, are getting arrested, and Trump would fight them. So QAnon was one umbrella where all the Trump supporters came in, thinking that yes, there is something big which is going on. Naturally, Trump cannot talk about it in open. So they believe that there's something big which is going on, and there is a new world order or a pan globalist, as we call them. So they want to take control of entire world, and Trump is fighting them single-handedly. So that is how all of them came together for the election also. So that is why QAnon is alleged as the galvanizer for Trump's support. That is how left or the left side of journalists of America actually saw them. But there is another theory of mine. See, apart from these theories, this QAnon has spread some theories which don't have any head or tail. So either it is spread by QAnon or someone else posing as a QAnon spreader, message spreader. No one knows. It is still in shroud. And suddenly, if we see these QAnon symbols in mainstream media, see, my doubt comes when mainstream media picks it up. The moment mainstream media picks it up, it cannot be a good. So in India also, whenever this Bunty Bubbly or this Barkha picks up any cause, I always go against that, because inherently, if I go against them, I know I will be with India. So in anything, if I go with them, I would be against India. So anything which mainstream media picks up as a big story, I have my skepticism, because that means that is planted. Yeah. That is why I say it might be Trump, it might not be Trump, to show that Trump supporters are some crazy loonies. They believe in conspiracy theories, which is not going on. To discredit them also, they can do this thing. So I am open to see if it's QAnon is pro-Trump or against Trump. That would be my answer for Trump. Any questions till now, ma'am? We can take on.
No, absolutely. You can
Great.
Continue. Yeah.
So from QAnon, we'll come to another video. See, these Satan cults are believed to be eating organs, dismembering bodies, killing people. And another QAnon theory and Satan, where the common factor is basically adrenochrome. We talked about that pedophilia, adrenochrome, and all those things go hand in hand. So we'll see a video. The video would be, ma'am, the second one.
Yeah.
We can play the full one.
About model found dead. Yes. Okay.
Yes. So this is a famous model case for the viewers, and it is a 2 minutes video. Yeah. And it is still not solved. So you please have a patient hearing to this and judge for yourself.
Yeah, Faith, even years later, it's still a case that has a lot of public interest. Now, when Ryan was found, his eyes, heart, lungs, liver, and kidneys were missing. He had rented a car to drive from LA to Vegas, and after just a few hours into his drive, his car ran out of gas. That's when California Highway Patrol picked him up and drove him to a gas station. At that gas station was where he was last seen alive. 74 days later, his body was found 2 miles away, and years later, his family still doesn't know how he died.
There are a lot of questions and answers that I'm still seeking 6 years later for my son Ryan.
It's something a mother should never have to do, bury her son.
They have not concluded a manner or cause of death. They listed as undetermined.
Iris Flores says her son's autopsy report left her with so many questions.
2 tattoos were cut off according to the autopsy. It tells you that the flesh, there was one here behind his ear, and there was one here on his left shoulder, and it tells you that that flesh was missing.
Ryan Singleton left Georgia to chase his dreams. The journey captured on camera for a docuseries called Are We Famous Yet?
The inspiration for our docuseries was simple. It was Ryan. We wanted to document his journey and becoming a model.
And now that docuseries has turned into a tool to help solve the case.
He has a video diary that his gracious brothers, his producer brothers, are making into a docuseries so that we can let Ryan shed light on his own story, his own self.
My name is Ryan S., aka Shotzi, the model.
His own story and an investigation in his family's hands.
Some things I need to find out as well. So exhuming his grave would definitely give me some answers.
In the docuseries, Ryan's family sets out to find answers, which takes them all the way to Death Valley where Ryan was found. The family tells me they are still talking to different networks about the docuseries and hope that shining light on his story will help solve this case. In the newsroom, I'm Elwin Lopez, 11 Alive News. Yeah, Faith, even years later, it's still a case that has a lot of public interest. Now, when Ryan was found, his eyes, heart, lungs, liver, and kidneys were missing. He had rented a car to drive from LA to Vegas, and after just a few hours into his drive, his car ran out of gas. That's when California Highway Patrol picked him up and drove him to a gas station.
We have seen this.
The gas station was where he was last seen alive. 74 days.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. So this was basically a 2-minute video. I hope viewers got the gist. So gist is basically there was a guy called Ryan. So this is a 2018 video, and we're talking about 11 years the investigation is going on. And this person was found murdered, where his eyes was gouged out, his internal organs were taken out, and he was found later. And the police could not solve because there was no motive, there was no enmity, no motive. And his mother actually later on, and mother and friends told that he was killed in a ritualistic manner, because the way that his eyes were gouged out and the mother was pointing out to some cuts or marks or wound on the body. So they thought that it would be some satanic ritual. And this is not the only case. There are many cases where bodies are found or in this manner. And there are many recorded cases of satanic rituals actually getting indulged in killing people. Like Meena ma'am, you said, the neighbor of that girl, he was practicing satanic practices.
In fact, also Sanjit, one point that I'd like to make is that even the satanic cult actually identify colors with certain emotions. So let me, do you think I'll just mention that as well?
Please, ma'am. Please.
Okay. So here, for example, black color signifies darkness, night, sorrow, evil, and devil. And blue color stands for vigilance, tears, water, sadness, pornography. Green color stands for vegetation, nature, soothing, restful. Red color stands for blood, physical life, and energy. White color stands for cleanliness, purity, innocence. And the yellow color stands for perfection, wealth, glory, and power. So I suppose, Sanjay, whenever they show any images, these colors may be dominating the emotions that they show.
Yes. We can go to the PPT, ma'am. Now we'll see the colors. As you said, you will see these things are matching.
Yes.
We can go to the PPT from the second onwards.
From the second, yes.
Yeah, from the second. So once you open the PPT, I would take the narration also along with the PPT so that we can go.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yes. See, this lady, as the name is there, Marina Abramovic or which, whatever they call it, is some other kind of, basically Abramovic. So this lady is a link to everything that we consider to be part of the elites or the satanic cult or the Illuminati. And when this presentation comes in, we'll see that we'll see the images of the parties where she was present, and not only she, will see Lady Gaga too. Yes.
Yeah.
So I don't know. She is considered to be an artist, and presumably her arts are with young boys, either black or white. So we'll see a picture of a black boy who was later missing, and this Marina lady was mentioned in WikiLeaks also. We'll see that WikiLeaks message also. WikiLeaks also talked about this lady.
Okay.
And this lady sent a mail to John Podesta. So this John Podesta emails were very, very famous. If people remember, Hillary Clinton emails were leaked, and those emails were basically Podesta emails. So somewhere Hillary Clinton was also linked to this lady. So Hillary Clinton, Lady Gaga, and we'll come to Bill Clinton, George Soros. So, ma'am, in today's world, whatever we see, this toolkit gang is, which is locally famous nowadays. We'll see almost all the actors together, including the pop stars,
Yes.
the Soros clan, the Hillary Clinton or the political left clan of
all tied
USA.
up. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, also we'll see pictures of that. So this is a lady, Marina Abramovic or whatever it is. Can we go to the next picture, ma'am?
Yeah.
Yeah. See, this is a ritual. Basically, if people can see the left, there are left hand and right hand picture. Left hand side, there's a circle on a lady. This is that lady, Marina Abramovic, or which should be more proper, I think, ma'am. Abramovich would be more proper. So when we go forward, so the lying on the table is a lady's figure, and it is marked as completely nude. So basically, it is a cake. It is not a living human being. We'll see living human beings also in later slides. This is basically a cake model after a nude lady. And these people in the second picture, this is the picture is shot at Alex Soros. Alex Soros is basically son of our great old George Soros.
Yes, yes.
So George Soros, son of George Soros. So these people were in that party, and in this party, they were taking knives and everything, and they were cutting as if cutting a human being.
And it's called a spirit cooking party.
Yes, ma'am. Complete right, ma'am. It is called a spirit cooking. If people remember the first video that we saw, Katy Perry, the theme was same. It was not something different. So this Katy Perry or Lady Gaga or Rihanna, this toolkit member, all these pop stars that they have, this USA has, are a part of this cult or as we cabal, Illuminati, and they're involved in the grooming, pedophilia, and everything goes on from their childhood.
Yeah, with different names.
Yes. So can we go to the second picture, ma'am?
Yes, yes.
Now see, if the left hand side picture, these guys are so upset with the cut heads and everything. See, there are so many people in that same party sitting on a dining table, and they had models head popping out of the table from middle of the table. The person is hidden behind, but the symbolism is basically having a head cut on the dining table.
Yeah.
I don't know which kind of person likes that picture, would want to have that kind of a thing on a dining table, unless he is demented or psychologically inclined toward all these evil kind of cutting and eating practices.
Yes.
And the second picture, we can see the cake. This is a cake. The leg part is visible. The entire body is cut and eaten. I don't know what kind of people.
And the red is supposed to signify blood.
Yes, we'll come to those things also. Can we go to the third slide, ma'am?
Yes, please.
This is another. I was talking about this black child. So the thing that the spirit cooking was first introduced by Aleister Crowley. Aleister Crowley was 1920s or 1930s. He was basically a cultist or a devil worshipper, something from England, and David Bowie was his follower. So they say that the spirit cooking was invented by him, made into a popular culture. He told it as a cake of light. So please bear in mind, ma'am, he told it as a cake of light. And Lucifer is basically considered, is derived from the meaning word light. Why light? Because it has come from a star. So this, and Illuminati is also light, basically illumination. Basically enlightenment, illumination, which QAnon is also talking about. So this light, knowledge, and illumination theme is always there.
Yeah.
They are using this light as opposed to the light of Christ, Lucifer's light. So that is why they are called as satanic. So this cake was made with honey, oil, menstrual blood, and semen. I don't know who prepares these cakes, who eat these cakes, unless they're totally demented. I don't understand what these
Yeah.
people. So these people.
So viewers, this cake was made with honey, oil, menstrual blood, and semen. So that itself is such a weird combination. I mean, when you're talking about semen, it means you're talking about procreation. Menstrual blood, you're talking about virginity, perhaps. You know, honey and oil, we don't know. So these are all symbolic of something or the other that they're trying to project.
And this black kid that we are seeing here,
Yeah.
there was another video with this Abramovich, where this black kid was present there, where he was doing some artwork. But later, this guy is said to be missing. So people consider this guy, this person was actually killed and eaten. But there is no proof of it. But it is considered by many that they have done that. We can move to and Lady Gaga is standing there in that picture. Here also Lady Gaga. Yeah.
Okay, Lady Gaga is here in this picture. Yeah.
Lady Gaga and Marina, both are there.
Yeah.
And this is Lady Gaga. Actually, they made another cake, and this is the red color that we were talking about, madam. Black, which you mentioned. Black. They are most of them are wearing black.
Black, yes.
And this is a red color blood.
Yeah.
So I don't know which blood that is. And they made a cake again like that, and they cut and eat it.
Sanjay, is it only they do it with women or with men as well? So the boy means man
yes.
also. Yeah, exactly.
Yes, men and women. But somehow women have found into are more in, because wherever I've seen women, I think the picture of a nude woman actually has a shock effect.
Yeah,
which
and
a boy might not have.
You see, Sanjay, see the curious way in which they are looking at it. You know, there's something so perverse about the looks that they have on their faces. Yes.
And they would eat it, ma'am. They would cut and eat it. Can we
So
go
it
to
is
the
very
next slide?
symbolic of cannibalism.
Yes.
Yes.
See, they're eating it.
Yeah.
They're eating it there, then after cutting and eating. I don't know.
Can you imagine? I mean, see, eating all these things. We're talking about the concoction. I mean, it's just like so repulsive. So
yeah. So the thing to notice is, if a person can do things like this, then that person is capable of doing anything. When we're talking about Illuminati or cabal or pedophilia, so as a regular human being, we think who will do things like that?
Yeah.
And but if they're doing this, they're capable of doing anything. And for this party, reportedly Clinton Foundation, Hillary Clinton comes into picture again. Apart from that WikiLeaks, Clinton Foundation paid 10K as operational cost for this party.
Occult high priestess. Yeah.
Yes, this Marina Abramovich, high priestess. Can we go to next picture, ma'am?
Yes.
Yeah, this is a similar picture, but if you see the marking, the circle, the ellipse that we have there, that is a picture of a kid. I think supposedly a girl, something around 5-6 years old. And there is the figure of a naked person in blood here, and they have taken that kid there. So we don't know the purpose. If it was a child of someone or something else, it was a prey of someone. No one knows it.
Yeah.
The point of highlighting this is these people or this society thinks much different than we think, and they are into these things. So these are basically satanic rituals that we are.
Yes, and we're talking about a society that is elite.
Yes,
the rich people.
Yes. Completely rich and powerful, man. All these people. Can we go to next slide, man? Yes. This is the George uncle that we were talking about, who is very, very bothered about our prime minister. I don't know why he is bothering about India.
Oh, he wants to destroy the world. That's it.
Yes. And to take control. This is what the cabal wants, to take control of the world. So, and this is his son sitting by his side. And the right-hand side picture is of his son. If you people can see in the background. So we'll come to next slide, ma'am, where the background is actually magnified. We'll show why I took this picture. See, this is a party they're having. There would be a red rectangle. In that, there seems to be a body of a person. So no one knows if it is dead or alive.
Live or, exactly.
Yeah. But usually in parties, we don't see these kinds of contraptions of hoisting someone on a high table. So there has to be some purpose. See, these people are very rich people.
Yeah, very sinister purpose, yes.
there has to be some very sinister purpose, and we have seen these people actually acting very weird in front of in other symbolism also.
Yes, yes.
So no one knows. So only these are the glimpses of the picture that we can have. Naturally, they would not record and show it in media, but this is very, very alarming. Can we go to next slide, madam, please?
Yeah.
This is the Podesta email that I was talking about. WikiLeaks. This screenshot is taken by me, so the viewers can themselves go to WikiLeaks and search
Perhaps
for
you
this.
could just read it out, Sanjay.
Yeah, see that this is a forward email, and this is
From
a
Podesta.
mail from Marina Abramovich to Podesta, initially asking, subject is dinner.
Yeah.
This is dated 2015, 28th of June 2015, dinner. She is asking someone, Tony, dear Tony, I am so looking forward to the spirit cooking dinner at my place. So Marina is inviting Tony to a spirit cooking dinner at her place. Do you think you will be able to let me know if your brother is joining? So apart from him, if his brother is joining or not.
Yeah.
So his brother is then they forward that mail. Are you in NYC, that is New York City, Thursday, July? Marina wants you to come to dinner. Mary. Sent from my iPhone. So this is a WikiLeaks leaked email. It's a genuine email as per WikiLeaks. So they are talking about spirit and leaks, and they are highly connected to elite people. So I believe there is a satanic cult which is there. They are indulging in these things.
See,
and
you know, Sanjat, something here very weird is that, see, you know, just like in a sort of a, you know, subtle humorous manner, I'll tell you that, see, this is just like the terrorist cults in Pakistan, you know, who keep changing their names, you know, like Hezbollah will change to, you know, something else to something else. It is the same body. So everything comes under the umbrella of Soros, George Soros.
Yes.
And everything will have, you know, different names to it, Illuminati, this thing, that thing, but it is the same group. Because why would Rihanna be interested in what a farmer in India is doing? Okay, so this is all very, you know, it's just the same old wine in a new bottle. That's it.
Yes, completely agree, ma'am. So we have seen this Marina lady. So if you can play the YouTube video, ma'am, the last part of it.
Yeah, just one second.
Yeah,
1 second. Hold on. Which one?
The last video, ma'am.
Just give me a little bit. You can keep people engaged and then.
Yeah. So people, what I'm talking about is now someone asked about this being practiced in India. See, in Kerala, I have seen news reports in Kerala, murders happening in satanic rituals. There were in Malayali media, those events were reported. And apart from that, we have reports of some other killings for mysterious reasons. So it might be that, might not be that. So you have to find it out.
Yeah.
We can skip to the last part, ma'am. In any case, this
one.
Yeah, this one only, ma'am.
So I'll play it again.
I believe that art of the future is art without objects. It's just pure transmission of energy between the viewer and artist. To me, mixed reality is this answer.
This was a unique opportunity to take the most legendary artists working now and capture them in such a way that they are translatable forever.
If you're a collector, you're trying to find works that break new ground. We here at Christians believe that this is that. And it will be the first time that a mixed reality artwork is sold at auction.
There was always a question what you buy when you buy performance. You buy the video or you buy the additional photographs. Here, you actually can have the artist's presence in your collection.
The first thing that we had to figure out was you had to feel that you were in the room with Marina, not a document of Marina. HoloLens 2 was created by people who quite clearly have an interest in the audience forgetting that they are using technology. So the purest expression of artistic intent can happen.
I really want viewer to be with me in the space, in here and now. The life is dealing with what is going to stay after I'm not there anymore. And I can face myself. And that's a frightening experience. really like you facing your own ghost. There is always this great idea of immortality. Once you die, the work will never die because the work of art can continue. In performance, the piece is only in the memory of the audience and nowhere else. Here, I am kept forever.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am. See, in this, apart from the logo, which is Microsoft and Bill Gates and George Soros, which is connected, viewers should notice what they were talking about. They are talking about virtual reality. They were talking about ending of life and continuing after life. And they are talking about artificial intelligence and how people can live after their death through virtual reality and basically through memories and everything. And that is precisely what we discussed, Meena ma'am. And this ad is, I think, 2-3 years old. This is not a new ad. So that is precisely what I say they are doing. They're
Yeah.
going forward with this technology. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Sanjat, in the ancient times, women were burnt at the stake when they spoke the truth, or, they foretold something, saying that they were witches. Now, here is a witch trying to concoct something that's really evil, and they glorify her. It has completely come to a circle where, today's people, they trust these weird women.
Ma'am,
Back then, they used to tell the truth, and they didn't believe them.
see, ma'am, whatever you told about witches now, this 15th, 16th century, actually, this satanic cult which is prevalent today is directly result of that culture. That is directly linked. It is not just any coincidence. So these practices which they are doing is actually directed to what that often example that you gave of burning of witches at stake.
Yes.
So
for
they
example,
have a direct,
Joan of Arc.
Yes. So they have a satanic temple in USA which is pretty modern, but I don't think that is anything serious. That is a casual thing. Apart from that, there is a Church of Scientology also. For these people who are at the extreme right side, they consider a Church of Scientology as part of devil or satanic culture, but that is not satanic culture. That is something different, which Tom Cruise and John Travolta into. So that is also very secretive, and they are also into murders and all these things. So they have their own thing. We can discuss about in some other session. Yeah.
See here, Sanjat. See, what we can tell our people is that, see, a lot of the time, see, in our own religion, in Sanatana Dharma, see, we have many ways of protecting ourselves from such evil forces. There are a lot of mantras, and lot of mantras that can always help you get out of this mess. So these are things that you can learn, and in YouTube they are brilliantly explained in any language. So it could be just one line which you keep repeating, and that helps you. Now here, Sanjit, I'd also like to speak about one thing, that if your children or teenagers get into such cults, there is some advice that we can give them. Okay, so would you mind if I mention these, Sanjit?
No, please, ma'am. I really want you to speak more because we seldom get your views.
No, just pointers for parents who really worry. Now, parents who worry about children or teenagers getting converted into any of this sort of negative cult, one thing is, do not panic. You need to show interest and you need to show love. Do not give a child money. If the child states they want to come home, or if she's in a college or in some hostel, you send them non-refundable tickets. So there are many things you can do. Do not demean the cult leader. Get as much information on the group as you can, as this will help you. And then you seek internal support from other family members. That's very important. Also, you should seek outside help from professionals who are aware of the cult phenomenon, including teachers, mental health, and people from your religious background. And you could also consult an attorney on local laws governing this, conservatorship or exit counseling before attempting anything else. And you should also seek outside support and educational data. It's very important. All these things. See, because Sanjay, the moment a parent makes fun of the cult leader, then the teenagers will think that they're old-fashioned and they don't believe in all these things. It's very important to tackle your teenagers at their own level, and show them that you understand. But there may be some ill effects to it, and slowly sort of get them out of it. Now, we are not only talking about, here we're talking about Satanism or any other cult, but it's also if they get into a drug group or whatsoever. These same things will, should be followed by parents instead of jumping up and down or screaming at them. It's very important to understand them and to try to talk at their level, because today teenagers are very adamant. They do not want to listen to anybody. They always believe that they have more wisdom than their parents. So it's very important to tackle them at their own, intellectual level. At this, same time, be kind but firm.
Completely agree.
Yeah.
And to the viewers, especially this session, because we talked many things about religion or cults, this is not an offense to anyone, because I believe generally humanity actually is good at heart and people know what to do. What happens is not only any particular reason or religion or cult. When we give our thinking ability to someone with every test, without even doing thinking about any good or bad, and think that whatever a person or a book says is good or bad, that is where the problem starts. So per se, me and Meena ma'am know each other from very long. So we love people of every religion. We don't have any such discrimination. But yes, there are some people in every religion or every theocracy where there are some fundamentalists who go literally by the text, and going literally by the text in today's world is very, very detrimental to entire mankind. So no one will should feel offended that we discussed about Lucifer or Satan or any other religion. So I think that would be my message to the viewers, ma'am.
Absolutely. So I think that
And
about rounds it up, Sanjat. So we'll have another session next week, and we'll talk about something interesting, which is, which all of us are, caught up in now. And Sanjat and I'll plan something, and we'll bring you something interesting so that you're aware of it, as well as you can exchange your thoughts on it. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much, Meena ma'am. Thank you, viewers. Good night.
Yeah. Good night.